Okay, so firstly, the foundational piece to strength work with some of these basic exercises that we have clients doing all year round is we start with the feet, okay? So for example, let's take it this way. Any injuries, niggles that you have anywhere, they're muscles. Your muscles are controlled by your brain. So your brain, whether you're thinking about it or not, controls all those muscles and everything you do. You have your bigger muscle groups, you have kind of smaller muscle groups, you have tendons, you have ligaments. You need to have control over these. So where we're going to start, and typically one thing that we do look at, we firstly look at the hips, we look at the knees, other areas, we do all those kind of bigger exercises, but the finer detailed stuff that really counts is we look at the feet. Okay, so you're going to get to know me a little bit quicker. So regarding the feet, okay, shoe off, 2 shoes off. What I'm looking for here, and hopefully you can see, okay, hopefully not too far away, you need a cameraman, is the first thing I'm looking at is how we stand with our feet. What do the feet actually look like, okay? So are the toes crossing over one another? Are they separated? For me, I put a lot of work into them, so kind of healthy enough. Now, the second thing I'm looking at then is I'm not actually too worried about the fallen arches or other things. I'm more concerned of, okay, how the knees are facing, what's going on. So as I stand here, the first exercise we're going to do is what's kind of called a bit of a spiral, let's call it. I think it's called that in Pilates. What we're trying to do is our hip, ball and socket joint here off the hip, okay? There's our hip. That rotates, okay? External rotation, internal rotation. We want to plant that foot on the floor, and our tripod is our big toe, little toe, and heel. And what I'm going to do is, just with the right leg, I'm going to turn it out. You can see that my foot, the arch of my foot then engages, then I turn it in and it collapses. I'm then working, using my hip joint, and then working the ankle joint to unstick it. That's one of the key exercises we get clients doing, say for example in the shower every morning. You can do both at the same time, out and in. And again, all you're starting to do there is utilize the hip, the glute muscles, all those smaller muscles to gain more control of the ankle and therefore the feet. Second exercise then, typically spend at least 60 seconds on this, is the ability to, can you raise the big toes while keeping the other toes on the ground? Then put the big toe down, can you raise all the little toes? The idea of doing this is that if you can control even your toes in this basic way, you have much more advantage or much more benefit or much more of a chance to be able to control all the other small little tiny muscle groups that are throughout the lower limbs and body. Usually people really struggle with this, so what it involves is them have to sit down in a chair and hold down their big toe while they move up and down all the other toes. Vice versa, then hold down the other small toes while moving that big toe. And then bringing it all together with the spiral while in the shower, then working those toe exercises. And you need to do this in the shower because it's the only place they have privacy, total privacy, and usually you know nobody's watching you. So that's why we say do it in the shower. You can spend some time on that, gain control of your feet. Now, other things that you might need to do is, if you struggle with your feet, is mobilize them, get down, grip it, twist, turn. Don't be afraid to kind of crack the toes, open them up, get the fingers in there, move it around, mobilize that foot, especially the bottom half of the foot. Again, it's something that you always ignore, but there's huge advantage to actually tackling this head on, along with the glute exercises, groin exercises, and those deep core exercises as well, appropriate too.